This video contains scenes from my longtime friend Gary Gomez's life. We first met in Billings, Montana in the late 70s, almost a half a century ago. I left Billings in December 1981 and he remained there for many years, eventually moving to Las Vegas where he laid claim as his hometown. In the following years, there would be periods of time we had no communication for 5, 10, or even 15 years. But when we would talk or meet up again, it was absolutely like no time had passed. I'm not identifying anyone in the pics as I can't remember everyone's name, and also to protect the innocent. If you know, you know. Later in the video, there are 2 stories about Gary from a childhood friend.
When we were 19, we worked for my dad in construction. We had a job up in Kemmer, Wyoming, and I had my car up there, and after work we would drive around, and he wanted to go into town and drug me along. I guess you could call it a hunk at all the girls and wave at them. Well, we did that and we got cornered by, I don't know, 10 or 15 of the guys up there, and they told us meet them at the Y, which is a spot just outside of town, at midnight. I think they were wanting to probably kill us. That's just one thing that Gary used to do. He would get me into trouble all the time. We got back to our trailer and ate pizza and talked. Let me say, he talked. He was one of those people who can talk forever and never shuts up. He took one of those TLC gummy bears and that did something to him. I thought it was supposed to calm him down, but it did just the opposite. He was yelling and flinging his arms around like crazy. We stayed up until 2 in the morning, and then I had to go to bed because I had to get up early and go to a shuffleboard tournament. We got up early and I had to be on my way. We said our goodbyes, hugged each other, and took a selfie. I tried to get him to stay one more night so we could go to the casino, but he said he had appointments he had to get to. He left and I left. Later that day I tried to call him to see where he was. No answer. I called again, no answer. I just figured his phone had died. The next day I called him 2 or 3 more times, but no answer. On Wednesday, I called him again, but this time there was an answer. It was a nurse in St. Joseph's Hospital in Tucson. Gary was in critical condition in the ICU. He had rolled his car on the freeway. For 2.5 weeks, I prayed that he would come out of it, but he just kept getting worse. On the 31st, he had 2 or 3 cardiac arrests and it was gone. I wish I could have got him to stay that one more night and maybe this would not have happened. I have had a bad feeling for a long time that this was what was going to happen to him because he was such a horrible driver. Before he left, he told me that he needed to get married so his wife could do the driving. He knew his driving was getting bad. Now I've lost one of my very best friends. I will miss you, Gary. I love you.